What's happening? Whoa! A little technical difficulty there. I went to the wrong screen. I'm back. What's happening, guys? Welcome to your Vape at 5. It's Coil Builders Chat today. Nick and I. We've invited a very special guest, our featured builder of the week, the one, the only, the ever so handsome Mr. Addy Tuney.
Thanks,
How are
guy.
you, Addy? How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Hanging tough, brother. Thanks for having me.
Hey, absolutely my pleasure, dude. Thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Oh man, anytime.
Awesome. How you doing, Nick? What's going on, Nick?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Not much. Same old, same old. Just got home from work. It's starting to become beautiful outside in Philadelphia. The weather is really starting to break. We had a tornado the other night.
Tornado.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, in Philadelphia. We never have tornadoes in Philadelphia. I had to close all my windows. I didn't want to fly out.
Yeah, you got to be
My
careful.
cat started shaking. My cat came up to me and started shaking, and he laid next to me, and he started trembling every time there was lightning. And then he said, "You know what? I don't think you're going to save me." And he fucking ran.
That's a smart cat.
Yeah.
You went to your daughter's room.
Right. Do you guys have a cellar?
We do. Yeah, that's what they were saying on TV. They said, just go down your cellar and you could watch us down there. No, we can't. I'm staying right here, and I'm not going down the fucking basement.
You know, that your first experience with a with a tornado?
Yeah, it wasn't really. It was windy as all hell, but I think we didn't really get a tornado. It was a tornado watch.
You know,
It's scary. I mean, that's not scary though. When the wind starts howling,
Yeah.
you know, like 70, 80, it's like, holy crap.
yeah. I went through so this is a two firsts for me happened in the same week, weather related. When I lived in New Jersey, this would have been back in like 2012, I believe. You can look this up, 2011, 2012. There was an earthquake that affected New Jersey area. And I actually felt it. I was home at the time, and I actually felt it shake. And it was the weirdest thing ever because it started shaking, and it felt like, you know, when somebody drives by in a big truck and it like shakes your house. That's what it felt like that kind of like it didn't like knock me on the floor or anything. But I'll tell you, it's pretty unnerving because you can't stop the shaking. Like it's the earth. The earth is shaking. Like you can't like make it not shake. So it was pretty crazy. And then that was on like a Tuesday. And then that Friday is when the hurricane hit the East Coast, up in New York, the one that just devastated Long Island. And I forget what hurricane it was. Addy, do you remember what hurricane that was? The one that just destroyed Brooklyn and Long Island. Just absolutely destroyed it.
Is that the one that the Ferris wheel ended up in the ocean?
Yeah, that was
Wildwood?
it. Coney Island, yeah, all that got taken out. Yeah, that was it.
Wonder if there's anybody on the Ferris wheel when it happened.
No,
This ride is awesome.
So one of my old computer friends from OCZ beta group, he was a firefighter there. He was without power for 6 weeks.
yeah.
6 weeks.
They put that storm is the most costly storm, including Katrina, of all time. And it put like several insurance companies out of business because they couldn't cover it. And there's all kinds of stuff that happened with that, where like the insurance companies weren't giving people money. Like even though they had the insurance companies were just defaulting on it and saying no, and people lost their homes.
Yeah,
And
I remember that. Now you say that. It's
yeah,
crazy.
I want to say it was a female's name. The hurricane was maybe Diane or something like that. But I'm sure somebody in the chat probably knows. Anyway, well, I tell you what, we are here to talk a little bit with Addy about some building. We're going to get a really unique and awesome perspective. I'm really excited to talk to you, Addy, about some building and things like that. Because you've been around. I mean, you've been around since pretty much the genesis of coil building, when people started using rebuildables and trying to figure out different things to do with them.
Yeah, and I started in 13, vaping at 13, late 13, and
You were 13 years old when you started vaping?
No. You know, and back then, you know, CE4s and egos and that kind of stuff. But it didn't take long before I wanted a little bit more.
Yeah.
And there wasn't really anything out there. I mean, there was like IGO W and the K Fund. but I didn't even know about those right away. And so I found YouTube, and I found Rip Trippers and Grim Green and Phil Bissardo, and I got you 69, and this crazy Rip Trippers dude. He was rebuilding these freaking the IGO coil heads, you know, with a 564 drill bit, 9 wraps of 28 gauge Canthal, and with cotton. And
Wow.
I'm like, son of a gun. So he was the only one really with coil tutorials back then.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I got my start on Canthal. So then I'm searching around YouTube a little bit more, and then Twisted Messes comes on YouTube, and I see this crazy son of a gun twisting 26s together, winding them around two pieces of quartz crystal in an atomizer. I'm like, oh my god, that looks so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that got me on the twisted frame, but I mean, if you wanted to get a couple 26s and something back then, you had to drill the posts out.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, they weren't big enough to handle anything like that. Nobody even thought about it.
Now you're buying like an $80-90 tugboat and taking a drill to the damn thing, hoping you don't wreck it. You know. But and then he ran a it wasn't long after that, I think late 14, he ran the very first coil build-off competition. It was him and Blue Eye Goon and Homeboy and a couple others that had dropped off the map now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Instagram only, so I'm like, what the hell is Instagram, right? I didn't even know about Instagram.
I did that too.
Yeah.
I did the exact same thing. Like, I had no clue what Instagram was.
So I got Instagram on the cell phone, and then I found, you know, all these builders that were doing all these crazy builds, and Blue Eye Goon and Homeboy, and well, Goon was the first one to do like the alien, right?
Yeah.
And and I remember seeing that, and like nobody was doing that. Nobody even had a clue how to do it, or nobody was even clapping in anything back then. But it's funny that Local Vape sponsored Twisted Messes, and I think it was Homeboy back then, because Homeboy was working for Local Vape back then. He was like mixing for him. He was one of their mixologists.
Mm-hmm.
And so he got Local Vape to sponsor, you know, thousands of dollars worth of prizes, and that's how I you know, learned about all the really good builders back then. But everybody's doing twisted stuff, and it was Clapton's came on the scene right around then. So it was probably like late 14. You know, so we started clapping in, but nobody knew about swivels yet. So everybody was burning their fingers out trying to clap in these wires and twisting them all up.
Yeah.
It was almost like people were trying almost anything back then. There was really, and that's what we were saying before. It was like the Wild Wild West. Like there was no, like, nobody was giving you, you know, now you have so many different examples of different coils, and you can take those examples to the next level. You know what I mean? But the origination of the ideas, like staggering and, of course, the alien, or twisting something and then, like, claptoning it and things like that, like, nobody thought of it. Like, those were all original concepts, and they were coming out, like, one after another. So it's like you basically do anything you wanted.
Hundreds of dollars for a mod that'll fire some of these things, you know?
Yeah.
And nobody knew about batteries. We had, you know, no battery mooch, and everybody was crapping their pants, dropping like 0.8, was like, oh my god, I hope that doesn't blow up on my face. But yeah,
0.8.
Yeah, you were shitting your pants just dropping below 1 ohm. It's like 0.8, hoping that nothing blows up. You know,
I remember like the first coils I built that I like just followed the specs off of somebody's specs, and when I finished them and they were that low, I was like, holy shit, what the hell are they doing over here?
Yeah.
How they
you know, it's it's funny sometimes when people talk about like
0.08 now, right?
Yeah. Well, people talk about sub-ohm vaping, and they're like, well, I go sub-ohm, I go 0.0, 0.08 or 0.09 or whatever. And well, and then somebody will mention, maybe I'm at a 0.62 for a different style of vape and things like that. And they're like, oh, that's still sub-ohm. That's still low. I believe sub-ohm is anything under 1 ohm, correct? I mean, that's a terminology. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. We've taken it so far in such a short amount of time. And you mentioned Battery Mooch. I mean, it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for him. Like a lot of the stuff he taught everybody.
I mean, back then, everybody, we were so lucky because your batteries would vent, and you knew you were, doing something really wrong back then. We were super lucky. But getting back to that local vape, so you're featuring Turk's one of your sponsors.
Yeah.
If you go to localvape.com, it's BOGO on all the M-Turk e-liquids right now.
Shut up. Let me tell you something, dude. Have you tried his e-juice yet? This is the Turkish blend. Is that what you have? Or Turkish maize?
Tried that one. I've tried only that one.
It's so good, dude.
My buddy loves it, and I was vaping it on the ride to NVA. It is very good. It is.
I vape both of them, the Harvest and the Maize, every day. I'm like, son of a bitch, Mike,
Yeah. I love butterscotch. Like, I was always a butterscotch guy. And I never could find a good butterscotch, and he's got 3 good butterscotches.
I don't know if it's Local Vape that's doing his e-liquids, but they're amazing. The Harvest has a lot of sweetener in it, so about every 4 days you got to clean your coil, but it's so good it's worth it.
The Harvest is the one with the apple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was looking at that one. I think I may try that one next.
But yeah, so that first coil competition, I got lucky. I don't know, you're probably not going to see that, but it kind of looks like a nut and a bolt.
Yeah.
It's like a dual coil. I don't know if I can maybe get my magnifying glass.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Is the boondoggle concept that came up with on the right, and then a flattened piece, and then another twisted piece next to that. But I was lucky. I took second place in the very first coil building competition in the there was 2 different classes. I don't know, but I took second place in one, so I bought all this high-end stuff. It was so cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
I kind of got to know those guys like right off the bat because I got lucky and took second in one of the categories.
That's awesome, man.
The year after that, they all came to Niagara Falls for a ECC VPX VapeCon. Like Big Lou was there, Vape and Greek, Kent, Homeboy, Grim Green, Ruby, Matt and V. So many people were there.
You got a picture of yourself with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that post. I do. So Addy Tuney was one of the like first out of like I guess 10 builders that started following me. But there was a lot of them that were, or not a lot of them, but there was like 10 guys, and I don't think any of them build anymore. But lots of them were just sponsored by Twisted Messes. It was remember Tim McFadden, Minf. I forget. I don't know how you would pronounce his name, but it was like MNNFFPH or something. I know Tooney knows him, and D Finch or D. I don't even know how to pronounce these guys' names, but
Finch. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, and those guys, him, and then I remember Dom the fucking Builder. He's still around though. He's actually sponsored by Hion, I believe. And Squirming Coils.
Yeah.
Like some of the builders, and then there was other ones that I can't really think of their names off the top of my head, but I do remember like going on Instagram was rough because there wasn't quite as many builders. There was a lot, but it was harder to find them. And then getting to start a conversation on it was also hard too. Like it it's not like today where there's so much vocabulary on it. There's, you know, it's weird. It's just like the biggest thing. I remember the biggest conversation that I would have with people was wrapping staple coils. That and like a loop method. Like those were the two biggest subjects of conversation. And it was pretty cool though that, you know, it's like the same as now. Everybody's willing to talk to you about it. Everybody was passionate about it, and it was cool to see it evolve. And I remember, like with Addy and Tim McFadden and a couple others, it was a lot easier for me to stay around when, you know, people are being, you know, nice and kind and accepting and shit. There was a couple times where I would try to tag a builder and I would get no response, like big builder, you know, and I would get no response. And I wouldn't take it personal, but I'd be like, well, what the fuck's this dude's fucking problem? And now I see today, like, I'm probably the same way. Like, it's just, you just get busy, or there's just so many, like, it's just hard. Yeah. It's just hard. And then these guys are putting out RDAs and shit, so I could just imagine.
Yeah, they were getting a lot of attention back then, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And like I would like a Blue-Eyed Goon was my favorite, and I would tag him all the time. He would never like it, and then I would stop tagging him, and then he would just like a random picture out of nowhere. Like, why the fuck would you like that picture, man? I like the ones I tagged you on.
Yeah.
Now you know that he didn't have time to like everything. He just, when he had some time, he would go through and.
It's, you know, it's hard, and I don't think people understand it. And like you said, I don't think people understand it until you have, like, I mean, you have over 10,000 followers, so it's like it's hard to be able to see everything, you know, that is going up and like everything. And it's, you know, that's the thing, is it's never done like out of, you know, angst, or it's not done because you don't want to like it. You know what I mean? So you just don't see it, or you get tagged in something. And I feel bad. I try to stay up on it, but I'll be honest, Instagram is maddening. It's like you can only scroll back so far to see what all you were tagged in.
Exactly. There's
a lot of stuff you don't see. Yeah.
Yep. There's stuff that people tag me in and I won't see it because, like, if they tag me and then I put up a post and 100 people like it within a half an hour, I never see that they tagged me. Yeah. And it's just that you never see it. So then that person just thinks, oh, he's a fucking dick.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I think. No, I'm kidding.
I just gave them a comp. Like they're probably putting something like, oh, I just built this. Thanks N.Devine for showing me in the tutorial. And I never answer it. But it's not anything personal, or it's not something I would like to do, but that's how I was back then. I was like, man, they just don't fucking answer, and I see they're on there because they're liking this asshole's fucking post, and they're fucking posting themselves, and I'm liking their posts. Like, what the fuck's up with this guy?
I know. I still remember like the first time Blue-Eyed Goon liked something of mine, and oh boy,
thank you, Evan.
You know, it's like, oh, this is so cool.
Yeah. I still like, if especially Blue-Eyed Goon still liked anything from me today, I'd still, because he doesn't like a lot of things, and the circles that I talk to, it doesn't happen often. And a repost for I would chase reposts from a whole bunch of companies, especially like anything like Coil Craft, or there was a couple G.I. Jane. There was a lot of
man. That was the big one. Getting a repost from Jane was like, that was huge.
Yeah, it is.
That is huge. I mean, that is huge to get a repost from Jane.
It was definitely, especially when you're just coming up and building, it's definitely really huge. But anytime you get a repost, you would chase that and then forget about it. If a company contacts you, that was a big deal. Now I think there's more sponsoring going. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I see it more because of the people I talk to. Maybe there isn't as much sponsoring. I don't know.
I know like a lot of guys on my team, and it's because of their photography. They're sponsored, and they get a lot of product. I mean, I would say that Matt Massey, Coil Chief, Nick Wiggins, and Vape probably get as much product as a reviewer does to shoot. And they get multiples of the same. Like, they'll get like 6 different six different colors of the same RDA for their shoots. So I mean, yeah, they get a lot of stuff, man. There's still a lot of sponsorship. I don't know if it's so much like a traditional type of sponsorship, you know what I mean, where you're guaranteed a certain product and you produce, but I know they get product from different companies a lot.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're talking about getting a repost from Jane. Have you ever got an e-juice from Jane?
I have. Well, yes. Jane has sent me juice before. I haven't got whiskers yet, though, but she told me to contact her, and I didn't yet.
Did you get your logo on it, like at this one?
I gotta do that. I gotta get it off of her. But she has sent me juice. She sent me Mont Blanc. She sent me the Space Coils one.
Space Coils is great.
That's pretty badass, Scott.
That's pretty crazy, right? That's crazy. Yeah. I got my own Shy Touch juice, like with my label on it.
I think Addy was asking what mod I was vaping. It's the Envy Heretic. I don't know. They were closing them out for like $18. I can't even remember where a couple months ago, but a nice solid mod. They were like $18. Venting in the top. It's nice.
So we got a question from Vaping with Ken asked, and I'll start with we'll start with Addy. How long did it take you to actually figure out the alien coil?
Figure out the what?
The alien coil.
Oh, it was rough because there was no tutorials back then. You know, I still remember when Ryan, Squid Dude, he was like one of the first ones to do an actual tutorial. You know, and that was like a ribbon build. But before then, it was you were kind of like had to figure stuff out yourself. Yeah. You know, about stretching and stretch, you know, self stretching between your fingers and.
Yeah, it was different when there wasn't as many tutorials, and also there was something going on where, and it wasn't anything personal, but it was something like when you figure out the alien, you want to see if anybody else could figure it out because it makes you look that much better. You know what I mean? Like they weren't just giving away like how they did it. Maybe they would to like one of their friends or something, but it wouldn't just be like, oh, I'm telling everybody how to do this. They want to be the special person with the staple stagger fuse Clapton, the first one, the first staple coil. And then eventually, you know, you would get the information somewhere. But the alien coil took me forever. I knew how to do it off of somebody telling me what it was. And I started trying to do it without swivels, and I think I don't know who came out with the alien tutorial first, M-Turk or Squid Dude, but when I watched it, I remember I went out and I got something like a swivel and set it up, and it still took me I remember a good couple weeks. I was sitting there just trying to get one set, and I would build all the time. Every time I got home, I would build all night. If you go back in my feed, I used to post 3 coils at night.
And wire was expensive back then. It's not like there was no competition back then.
Yeah. And that's another thing about building too. It's like I was thinking about this today. Like, I have a bunch of wire now, but that was another thing. Like, you had to get all these wires. Like, I remember having like a bunch of 32, a bunch of a bunch of 26, a bunch of 28, and then 36 started being a thing. So I got 36. And then when you're doing an alien with 36 for the first time, you're starting to be like, man, this feels really strong. It's collapsing my cores. Maybe I got to get 38, 40. And you had to like collect all these different gauges and then see like, well, why is this snapping? Is it because it's Canthal? I got to get N80 now. And you start collecting all these tools. You start collecting all these wires. It's like fucking Pokemon. You gotta fucking get them all.
Yeah,
and then you start saying, God, it was supposed to be cheaper to vape, and now it's like, oh my God.
Yeah. I kept trying the alien over and over and over again. I could not get it, and I actually watched a video from Nick that really helped me get it. And my wife went to sleep, kids went to sleep, and I came down the basement. I've told this story. I came down the basement, locked myself down here for the most part, you know, and basically said, I'm not leaving until I get it. And I just kept going and going and going, and finally it started laying right, and I figured it out, like how much tension to put on it and how to lead it and how to pull it down. Like, I figured it all out like that. It just dawned on me. And I went down and made a set, and I was like, holy shit. And it was actually pretty good. I took a picture. I was like, they actually look pretty good. And that was like, and I remember that was one of the most happy, like that feeling was like, you know, not just in building, but in life. I felt so accomplished. Like, I was like, wow, I'm actually like, I can do this now. And then, of course, I tried it again, like maybe I went to bed and then I woke up and tried it again. I couldn't get it. And then, but I already knew how to do it. I just had to click through it again. But
get that feeling back
again. Yeah. Once you get it.
I mean, not everybody's like Freddie and could just do it perfect from the start. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine that Freddie probably, like I say this all the time, if you got it on your first try, I bet you didn't get it on your second, third, and fourth. But you probably got lucky the first time. Somebody asked, Tiger coils were like an old, like Tiger coils compared to what's out now are, nobody's making Tiger coils. If you're talking about when round wires were first out and people were just starting to twist wire, Tiger coils were a lot of fun to make. They look cool and they did vape good. Nowadays, you'd be hard pressed to find a Tiger coil.
I think Fresh still builds Tiger coils because he loves the vape off of them.
Yeah, they do. I mean, it's better than round wire.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, if I needed something now, I just live vicariously through Nick. I just watch him build. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. As long as I think a lot of people also could watch to get to push the build. When I watch people build, it makes me want to build. Like if I'm ever like feeling like sometimes I'll just like do research to do a video. And I'll have to see like what was that build that Twisted Messes did the second video or something. I'll go back and I'll start watching them build. I'm like, man, now I feel like building. I'll go upstairs and start building.
Yeah, I've been kind of in, and we've talked about this, I've been kind of in like our drought. Like I just haven't felt like building at all. I did a lot of building at the beginning of the year. And now it's April already. I mean, Jesus, years flying by. But I like the last like month and a half, I just have not. I sat down and built a little bit on Sunday and got a couple sets done. I was like, I got 3 sets done, and I was like, I'm done. Like, I just don't, whereas before, like, you'd have to drag, like, literally, like, time would just, it would fly by. I'd come down here at 1 o'clock. It'd be 10 o'clock at night, and she'd be like, are you coming upstairs? And my wife would be yelling, come upstairs, and be like, what time is it? No, it's 10 o'clock. I'm like, you fucking kidding me? I've been down here for 9 hours. She's like, yeah. How many coils you make? I'll be like, 3. Like doing stagger builds and all kinds of crazy shit.
I got a rat that's this big, but I got 3 good ones.
I got 3 good ones. Yeah, it took me 9 hours. I got 3. I could take some pictures of them, put them on Instagram. That was a point.
Well, I mean, you're focused on your channel now, so that keeps you busy.
It's hard to do both. Like Nick, I'll tell you, and I'm sure Nick can attest. It's hard to do a channel, building, family, work. There's just not enough hours in the day. Something's going to slip. So I try to balance it as best I can. And if, I spend an hour down here after I get home from work doing the show, which I really like, that's like my top priority aside from my family and work. I really enjoy the channel a lot. So something's got to slip. Something's got to give.
I mean, you guys are keeping busy. You're in recovery. It's keeping your mind on, focused. And
yeah.
I remember a day when you used to mix the videos and the building. I wonder what happened to that, Scott.
I did used to do that. Yeah, I do.
You got to make a day. You can make one of these days. What do you got? You got Monday. You have something Tuesday. Now you have something. Yeah, you need to bring back Thursday.
Maybe Nick. Maybe me and you and I will do a build day, just me and you. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Yeah. Let's do that. We'll do that. I'll be honest with you. It's and that's why I always say you're the GOAT, because there's a huge difference from building live to building just uninterrupted with some music on, just by yourself, where you can concentrate and kind of go slow. But when you have all these different things going on around you, with the added, you can tell it kind of like equates to, you ever hear the thing like, can you tell the guy to make a 3-foot putt? And then tell the guy to make a 3-foot putt on the 18th green of the Masters with all these people watching. It's completely different. I'm not comparing it to the Masters, but with people watching, it's different. You don't want to mess up. So, it's hard. But yeah, we should do that. Do a little build.
I'll tell you, when I'm in the basement by myself, sometimes there's some serious swearing going on.
Yeah. Oh, I swear. Yeah. I swear when I'm on camera. It doesn't matter.
But you were going to mention about the vape wives.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to mention the Vape Wives. So if you don't watch the Vape Wives, I absolutely love that show. I love them. Brittany and Angela are two. They're heavy metal Vapor's wife is Brittany. And Angela is Mark Fagan's wife, who we had on the show last Friday.
Awesome.
They're awesome. Yeah. They're and they're the Vape Wives. They have a show where they do juice testing and just like stuff, but they're almost to 2,000 subscribers. And I think they're going to be huge. I think their channel's going to be huge. So I don't know. If you have not subscribed to the Vape Wives, go over and subscribe to them. Let's get them to 2,000. I think it'd be really neat for them. They're really excited, and they have lots of giveaways and stuff too. So if you like giveaways, like
they get all the drop downs from the boys.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, people send them stuff to review. Like I want them to review the cat's whiskers because I'm afraid it's the greatest juice in the universe.
I'm sure they would.
They would. Brittany said they would.
Is Amy Herb still involved with those?
I haven't seen her on there. I don't know. Okay. I haven't seen her on there. Yeah, I'm sure she is somehow.
Because she was at the start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's doing a YouTube channel. It's you have to be so busy. I mean, there's so much to do when you have other stuff going on. It's hard to like. So maybe I'm sure she'll be back. She hasn't been on the last couple episodes, but yeah, it's been just Brittany and Angela there for a little bit. And,
well, she's got projects all the time anyway, so she's always busy, even before this.
Yeah, she designed the drop, is what I heard. Or the drop. I heard that she actually designed that. Brian stole it. Took all credit. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Right.
Oh, shit. But yeah, so run over there and subscribe if you haven't.
It's the Dreamer, Eddie.
There you go. Which one is that?
The brass.
What?
The second. It's the Dreamer. Brass Dreamer with the black.
Is that the goon on top?
The TM24 with the Eclipse cap.
You love your TMs, don't you?
Oh.
That's your art.
I just love Kent. He makes Addies for himself, and it's always been a great style for me. It fits me too.
Yeah.
And he's giving back so much. I mean, you support those who give to the community.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's how I feel anyway. Like if Nick came out with something, it'd be like, holy crap, I buy 10 of them.
I would too.
Yeah, I'm waiting until I get a little more following. Because I'd only do one. That's all I would do. I'm not doing an RTA and a tune. I'm not doing that.
Nick, you're working on 6,000 subscribers. Like, that's huge.
Yeah. We're going to need at least 10,000 on there and 15,000 on Instagram.
So if a company contacted you and they're like, hey, we want to make the Nick Devine RDA, would you be like, not yet, or would you just go with it?
I've already done it. I already said no.
Did you really?
Yeah, I said no. I'm not interested. Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Did you call it the Devine RDA?
I might call it the Ned.
Ned. I think that'd be a great name.
Yeah.
Ned. I think I called mine the chicken wing. Chicken wings. Like, can you fit chicken wings on the? Can you write that out or just put a chicken wing on it? I really like chicken wings.
I like it.
I think it'll sell.
I would buy one.
I'd have like 3 sold. All 3 of us would have one. That would be about it. Chicken wing.
I like that. I like that Vindicator, man. That Vindicator's.
That's what I got.
Yeah, they're nice. I heard they hit really good too. All Kennedy mods are really nice. He does a really good job.
Absolutely.
I love how he got the price to be affordable. Like 120, 125.
I don't know how he does that.
Yeah. And the threads are so freaking nice.
The quality of machining versus the cost is and it's American made. It's almost amazing to me that he can price them at that.
Yep.
And still make a decent profit. But I think he does everything in house. I think, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yep.
That's how he does it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to review the Keen. I don't think I'm going to buy one. It looks like a cool mech mod, but I'm just like, I'm all mech modded out. And mech mod reviews are like to me, I don't really. It's hard to do a mech mod review, and like if it nowadays if it doesn't hit hard, I mean, what the hell are they doing? It should. It probably is awesome. It's probably just awesome. It just get a brace on it. It hits hard. It looks good. The whatchamacallit's nice. And Scott did one. Scott did a review. I trust whatever Scott said.
You know, I've been really lucky with the 21s. I've gotten pretty much every 21-700, at least reviewed it. Most of them, at least anyone that is really out. And except for the side piece. I didn't get that. But so I've been lucky with the 21-700 mechs, being able to review them and get them out. And I love reviewing mechs. I love them. I love mech mods. I do. And I really like that. And I feel like the Dreamer and the Keen and the Kennedy, for the most part, have shifted the market as far as price. And I really like that. They're becoming more affordable. You know what I mean? Paying $300 for a mod is so hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just for something that, you know, and especially when I spend $300 on something, I don't want to take it out of the house. You know what I mean? And I like my Kennedy because this thing goes everywhere with me. Everywhere. You know, I throw it in my pocket and I roll with it.
Did you guys know Sigelli made a kick-ass mech mod?
Yes, I remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
Almost looks like a Comp Life.
It's all copper lined. It's all like stainless on the outside, but copper lined, so it still has really good conductivity. And
huh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were expensive at the time, but I was lucky enough to find pretty good deals on them.
Yeah, Times Vape. Times Vape makes good mech mods. They make good products. I like everything from Times Vape. There ain't a thing that I haven't liked from Times Vape. The single coil from Stan, it was like, it is what it is.
The Reverie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that too much, but it's cool. I mean, it's not a piece of shit or anything. It's good quality, and it is what it is. It's a vertical single coil RDA, but this is from Times Vape.
That's the
Saint.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have a review up on that soon. But between the Dreamer and this Saint, I mean, I imagine that the Keen is just like them, and it's awesome.
I'll tell you, it is really, really well made, and that's one thing about Times Vape. You know, I was talking about who was who made the Rebirth? Hell Vape. I was talking about Hell Vape the other day, and the quality of product they're putting out is it's pretty amazing. I mean, it's really, really nice quality stuff, and the same thing with Times Vape. Like, that Keen is really, really well done. Really well done.
And the Rebirth, right? Is Hell Vape doing the Rebirth?
Yeah, Rebirth RTA. Hellbirth. I mean, I love that RTA. Absolutely love it. But you know, on top of that, the quality of the products is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, man. And it's great to see a lot of companies really stepping up and taking pride in it and putting out really, really good quality products at reasonable prices. You know, prices that aren't going to break the bank. You know what I mean? And it's great. I think it's great for us, especially the hobbyists. You know, the guys who
hell yeah.
You know, because we're not buying because we need it. We're buying because we want it. You know, there's a huge difference there.
Yeah, a good mech mod should last all the time.
Yeah.
Like that. It should just last forever.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't need a lot of mech mods.
Yeah.
You know, back in the day, you had to save up for everything because RDA was $90, and a decent mech mod, if you could even find one, was a couple $100.
Yeah.
$300 setup right there. $300.
What mod is that? What mech is that?
It's a dot mod with a dot mod. It's a 22 millimeter dot mod, 22 millimeter dot mod RDA. $300 for that thing. The Ragnarok is a simple. The Ragnarok was like, I forget, it was like a $190 mech mod. It's a fucking flat mech mod.
Yeah.
It doesn't even hit as hard as all these new ones or anything. It hits pretty hard for what it was, and it's fucking pretty much broken.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, you know, I think that's why it's important to review mech mods, because, you know, if you're going to spend $300 on something or over $100 on something, it's good to have somebody kind of tell you exactly if you're going to get your money's worth out of it. You know what I mean? Or if it's a piece of garbage. And yeah, I actually, let's see, worst mech mod hands down is the SS NATO. I don't ever heard of that. Bottom was hot as fuck, ruined so many batteries. It's from Turbo out in chat.
But it's funny back then. You had to wait months for new releases. It was like months.
Yeah.
Nothing got leaked about it, and like even reviews. Like I remember there was maybe 2 months where Kent would do like a live, like a show, a pre-recorded show, like every Tuesday, and it was like the highlight of the week, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Lots of love for you out there tonight, Tuney. Lots of love out there for you, man.
I love you guys.
Yeah, Addy Tuney, for people that don't, he was my first vape mail. Addy Tuney, first vape mail ever. With a Tuney cape on.
Yeah. I remember you got your Tuney cape on. I do remember that, Nick. I'm so jealous.
I have to find, the only thing is I need to find, and I know I have it because I have like everything. I don't really get rid of anything. But there was a drip tip that you sent with this, and I forget where the hell it's at. I have a thing full of drip tips right there. It was like a little shorty. I think you even probably customized it.
Yeah,
it was very, very short purple little drip tip.
Yeah. When Local Vape was really clearancing out their little like old Vaz, I can't remember the name of the cherry vapes, the Vaz cherry original cherry vapes drip tips.
Yeah, I remember them. Yeah,
I get those for like $2 and then shorten them up and fit them to make a little stubby.
Yeah, it was like the perfect size around there. Yeah, Addy Tuney's got an RDA vape.
I would love to go through Addy's collection of different stuff he has on his desk there. That'd be so much fun.
Come on over.
Yeah. Well, you're up in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
You know, I may take you up on that. The wife loves Niagara Falls. And I'm a chicken wings guy. You know this.
Hang on 1 second.
Oh, he put us on mute. I'm like, what? So it says we need an Addy, Tuney, and BlackCat. Ken wants us to co-op on an RDA, Addy. Here's my input. I want a 100 millimeter RDA. 100 millimeter. Two posts, 70 millimeters apart.
Fuck, 100 millimeters.
That's what I'm looking for.
Crazy, Scott.
Yeah, that's my input into the design game. I'll be the first to come up with it. Then nobody would say it sucks because nobody would be able to use it.
That's this big.
That's what I need. One of those micrometers. I need a micrometer too. Addy, I lost my micrometer. I don't know where it is. I misplaced it. I have no idea where it went. Did you ever see the micrometer episode, Addy? Did you see it, Nick?
I don't.
The micrometer episode when I reviewed the Warrior and I was using the micrometer wrong and people were screaming at me. It's one of the best. It's probably one of the best episodes ever of the Vape 5. It's pretty funny. Yeah, people in the chat were literally going to kill me. I thought literally the chat was irate and I wasn't reading the chat, so I didn't know that I wasn't using it right. Yeah, they were pretty mad.
So somebody said $60 for the Rebirth, worth it? The Rebirth RDA, who the fuck smokes fruit? I guess if you put it this way, if you're getting it at a brick and mortar, sure, but online, hell no. Online, you could get it for like $35-40.
Yeah, 60. I mean, I think. I wonder if she's talking about the RDA. See, are you talking about the RDA or are you talking about the RTA?
RDA.
The RDA. I mean. It's probably not worth $60, but I'll tell you this, you'll fucking use it. And you'll use it a lot. I mean, it's a fantastic, it's an unbelievable RDA. It's the best RDA of 2019 so far, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, it's phenomenal flavor. That deck is unbelievable for flavor. It's unbelievable.
I'm just checking on Mike's site right now, see what.
Well, she's in New Zealand, so it's a little bit. Your cost is a little different. Plus, you got to factor in shipping and all that.
Yeah.
So so I think that's what's got her.
Oh yeah, I think absolutely. And if that's how much you got to pay for it, I think I definitely think it's one of the best RDAs out in a while. And you could build in it. See, you put a bunch of builds in there.
Yep. Same with the RTA. You can put huge coils in the RTA as well.
It's got a great deck.
There's a device I really want to look at getting as an SQ. Either of you guys got an SQ?
Mm-mm.
I don't either. I keep hearing.
Everybody loves them.
I know, man. I heard they are the hardest hitting 21700.
Everything's like solid silver.
Yeah.
Contacts.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to check. That's one thing that I'd like to get. It's just they're just so expensive. It's just hard for me to drop that money. You know what I mean? Especially they're coming from Europe too, so you got to pay shipping. It's just a pain in the butt.
They make some good drip tips. I have a few of their drip tips.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's so great for the vapors now, and with the hardware and the devices and the tutorials. Thank you, Nick. It's so easy to get into this hobby now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So easy to transition if you want to. It's come a long way in a short amount of time.
Yeah. It's cool to have a hobby, period. And it's definitely cool to have a hobby within the vaping that isn't just collecting and spending money. So it's it's useful. It's useful to be able to change out your coils and not spend money that way too.
Yeah.
And things can get expensive, but things could also be cheap. Like people always say that, like I thought I was going to save money with not smoking. Well, you absolutely can. The thing is it gets very addictive to collect this stuff. It gets very addictive to build coils sometimes. It depends who you are. But you can absolutely vape for cheaper than smoking.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you just get the bare minimum, you have your 2 mods, your 2 RDAs, and you buy your juice at a decent price or DIY it, you're absolutely going to save money.
Yep. If you want to vape and save money, if that's your intention, my only advice to you is stop watching YouTube. Stop watching it, and because it's hard because you watch shows and you see some people with these new products and you're just like, man, I really want that, and you'll never not want something that you see somebody else have. It's just human nature, and I mean, yeah, I would suggest don't get on Instagram, don't get on Facebook, and especially don't get on YouTube because you will end up buying more stuff.
Yeah. So Nick, getting back to what you said, like another reason why people didn't share back then is because they could sell every coil they could make.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. And people would definitely pay for it, especially when they're more rare. People would definitely pay for them. And
I remember like $50 a set
mm-hmm.
of coil, you know?
$50?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can get some awesome N.Devine coils for dirt cheap. And they vape fantastic.
That's what Nick, I've been vaping your coils in this for like over a month. Ever since I got it. Stainless steel aliens, I think they're 27 gauge.
Well, check this out. I have literally this package that's already ready to go out. Where is it? And it's gone. Oh, it's right here. I have this one that's ready to go out. I just had to get the person's address. I got Lady Louisiana in chat that I'm going to get out tomorrow. And then guess who's my next people on the list? I got Meter Vapes, Tommy Vapors, and BlackCat White Face.
Hopefully not in that order.
Hey, that is my whole entire list. I'm done.
I can't wait. We're gonna feature you again.
Yeah.
We should do the feature together. You should come on. We'll feature, and then you can explain the coils instead of me butchering them all to death. While
the best is when you go to it and you're like, wow, this is so amazing. This is my favorite one yet. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, well, that's Builds by Italian.
I do that, man. I do that, and I'll
That's
be
a repost.
oops. I'll be like, oops. I'll be like, wow,
like
this is.
that one.
I do that to everybody, man. I do that, and I feel like such a dick when I do it. And you know, I don't know if you guys have it. Like, okay, my brain short circuits, and I've talked about this. My brain short circuits, and a lot of time I'll be like looking at a picture, and like it'll be like an enigma, and I'll be like, I'll forget what build it is, and I'll be like, that's a really nice build. Like I won't even think, like the name just like completely like slips out. It's yeah. So
I'm waiting for you to stumble on one of your own pictures from a repost that somebody did, and you'd be like, "Wow, look at this thing."
Yeah, I doubt it.
It's so good.
You know,
that's mine.
If anybody wants N.Devine coils, just hit them up on Instagram.
That's right.
And N.Devine space 83.
Yep. Yeah, all the money goes to basically getting wire and giveaways for the show. So that's where all that money goes to.
Are you still using Coil Society?
Yeah,
Primarily?
actually, I think I have to talk to. Was that Lumi thing with her and Meter looking up the Lightning Vapes thing? Was that like an April Fool's thing or something?
I don't know.
I have to ask them because something was like up with Lightning Vapes and doing some kind of discount near April Fool's. So I was buying Coil Society and Lightning Vapes, but I'm about to just do Coil Society. I gotta see. But yeah, Coil Society is my favorite. Kidney Puncher, if you could afford it, is probably gonna be the best. And Twisted Messages is very good.
Yeah. You know, I do wholesale orders for KP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got them?
You never read the Patreon, do you? You never read any of the messages?
No, not at all. No.
Right, should.
And I get like 50 emails a day from your Patreon.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on over there. You should probably check out.
Yeah, maybe I should.
No, dude, if you ever want, like, put a KP, like, let me know what you want. I'll order a wholesale for you.
And it's like, yeah, you should check it out. You did 10 giveaways this week.
Yeah. Trust me, if you win anything, I'll notify you. Speaking of giveaways, we have a stainless steel stack mod. Going to be a giveaway next week, next Friday. Stainless steel stack Dreamer. So that is going to be our next giveaway for the patrons on week from Friday. So everybody tune in for that.
Featured builder next week, Scott.
Featured builder next week. Nice of you to ask, Addy. Let me get back to that page. Is Proxolms. Proxolms is our featured builder next week. A gentleman from he's from Mexico.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then we got Kubu, S25, Mind Dream, and Merlin. I have several other people in the process of sending right now, Nick being one of them. So I need them to get here to fill up my list. Mind Dream, yeah, Mind Dream. That Kubu guy is really going to be impressive. Have you seen this guy? Amazing.
I'm still pissed at you because you had Mind Forge coils.
I still have them. I still have Mind Forge coils.
Yeah. I mean, nobody gets them.
I have a pitchfork. I have a pitchfork for Mind Forge, yeah. Yeah, he wasn't very happy that, like, this is one thing about Mind Forge. I was thinking about this the other day. He wasn't very happy that I made him get on the list. He, like, wanted to go to the front. And I made him wait. And at the time, I had, like, 2 months. It was, like, 2 months deep. And he was like, wait a minute. I sent you all those coils and did all that. Now you're going to make me wait 2 months? I was like, well, yeah. Pretty much, you got to wait. I mean, I can't put you...
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Mind Forge is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Super nice guy. Yeah, Kubu525 that's who it is. Yeah, that's who he's going to be on here. Got a couple other guys that I've asked, and another you know, Selena was the first female builder we ever featured. I've got another female coming up, so I'm going to try to break it up with different builders and things like that. So yeah, pretty exciting. 54. All right, so we're almost out of time. I want to mention. Go ahead.
Oh, I just check out Jennifer Berger Coleman's post on Instagram today. Super. It'll make you think, make you want to contact your representatives.
Absolutely. So we have some giveaways this week. Mr. Addy Tuney's coils will be given away tomorrow on the Vape at 5. I'm doing the review on the bulk RTA. Have you guys seen this? The bulk RTA.
Yeah, I tried to get one in NBE, but they didn't have any left.
They didn't have any. He didn't bring any to NBE. He had one
Yeah.
that he had a vape. Yeah.
They had like 3 boxes on the table, but they weren't selling them. I guess they were just showing them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I'm going to do that live tomorrow. I got the review. I've been vaping it for over a week now, about a week, and do the review on that tomorrow. Then we have a giveaway tomorrow for a set of coils from Addy Tuney, plus a 60 mil of e-liquid from M.Turk. So you are going to get to try one of the harvest, or one of the Turk tomorrow, either the May, I believe it'll be the harvest I'll be giving out tomorrow, so Turkish harvest. Then on Friday, we have a couple giveaways. One is for a brand new Turk V2 RDA. To enter that giveaway, brand new, never used. To enter that giveaway, you're going to go to Turk's Instagram page, M.Turk, and repost a pic with the hashtag BlackCatFam at M.Turk. Please do M.Turk. So please do that. And the other giveaway is for 3 sets of coils from the man, the legend, the one and only, Mr. Addy Tuney. You can enter that by going to Addy Tuney's Instagram page. The link is below, and repost a pic with the hashtag BlackCatFam at Addy Tuney 219, right?
Yep.
Tuney 219. You can.
So
there's 2 reposts this week.
It's been a blast. It's fun.
Doesn't have to be a coil pick either, right? It could be an advocacy
Any
pick.
Any pick that is your favorite. That's all that matters. There's nothing qualifies. It is all about getting people that do good for the community back out into the community. That's all the reposting is really about. So
Joey
a couple chances
Deuce
to win.
did an awesome one. Joey
Yeah,
did like a 4-page one.
Yeah. Joey the motherfucking O is he is aces. He's one of the best guys ever. I absolutely love that guy.
That put a smile on my face. It was a nice one.
Yep. Absolutely. So about time to get out of here. Mr. Addy, thank you for coming on, man. Where can we find you? What's going on? What's going on in the coming future?
In my basement. I'm Addy Tuney. I'm on Fresh's show on Fridays and Saturdays, Fresh 03 on YouTube. And I'm usually in Nick's live chat when I have some time. And yeah, on Instagram, Tuney219, and that's about it.
And you're always in my chat.
Yeah, yeah.
He's part of the Blackcatfam.
Yeah, you have a great family.
I do. I'm so lucky, man. Absolutely. I really, really am. Mr. Nick, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I'll be on at 7 p.m. So in about an hour, I'll be on my channel. I'm going to do fused Claptons and start braids with the coil class. So somebody was talking about they want to learn fused Claptons in the chat. Well, we're doing fused Claptons tonight. And I'll tell you what's coming up on the next couple weeks, too. I got like a little list. And I'll do a coil giveaway as well tonight. Ooh. And definitely go follow Addy Tuney, because not only is he an awesome guy, an awesome builder, but if you don't know where to go for like advocacy stuff, like if you want to repost advocacy, be more, get more into it, or just see kind of what's going on. If you go over to his page, he's always got like what's going on. If there's anything going on, you could find a post on Addy's page. So it's a good page to follow, definitely.
Thank you, Nick.
But yeah, thanks for having me on, and this was an awesome show. Had a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, Nick, this is your and I show. I don't know if you knew that. This is a coil building show. This is you and I.
So you're going to send me 50% of what this show makes.
It makes $0. Actually, it's losing money. So I'll be happy to send you a bill.
Send me a bill.
We're operating in the red, Nick.
Thank God I'm just a visitor.
Well, hey, Addy, thank you so much for coming on, man. You know you're always welcome. If you have something you ever want to talk about, let me know, and I'll get you on here. Like it'd probably be a Tuesday.
I want you to critique my coils. And tell me what you think, and be honest. Yeah, how they vape, and they're probably not hot enough for you, but
I tell you what, I'm going to load up the Kabira RDA is my next, and I will use your coils. I will use your coils for it, and I'll let you know.
Tell me they suck.
I seriously doubt they will suck. I like what you did. I like how you twisted the core and all that with the ribbon in there. I think that's going to work really, really well. So I'm actually really excited, and quite frankly, I want to try it. I want to try because I love square wire, and you put a twisted square wire in there as well. So I want to try it. Yeah, square wire.
Yeah, I hope you like it.
I'm sure I will, man. Absolutely. They're from you, dude. How would I not love them?
Oh, it doesn't mean anything.
All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in today. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a fantastic night tomorrow on the Vape at 5. Get in here tomorrow. We're going to bulk up. You never know. I may take my shirt off for this one. I may take my shirt. So make sure the ladies will all be. They will all be here for that because it's going to be sexy. It's going to be a sexy review. All right, guys. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Love you guys. Have a fantastic night. If you're in recovery, stay strong, and I promise I will too. See you tomorrow.
Bye, guys.